Greetings, Keishlings. Keishan Prime here with another My Hero Academia power-up video. This time we're taking on Minoru Mineta, little pervert of Class 1A. What was it? The freshly picked hero? Or plucked hero? Grape juice. You don't want to know where his juices are. No. But anyway, kind of where I went with him is, he has pop-off. Well, really, I was surprised how many ideas I came up with for him. Some are easy, others are not. I always try to keep it as realistic to the character, to the universe, not extending too far outside the realm of possibilities and plausibility. But I think I came up with some good ones this time. First, we have Bumper. Okay. He's only done it like one time, but during the Quark apprehension test way back at the beginning of the manga in series in general, he did the sidestep and was bouncing off of the balls because they don't stick to him, and he wasn't wearing gloves or anything at the time, so he just bounces off because they're like bouncy balls for him. But they cluster together when you stick them to themselves. So using that, he could create a platform to bounce high up into the air like a springboard. And this has a few applications, like to either try to evade an enemy, kind of set up like quick movements for a battle, or be part of an attack, which is the next thing on my list. The Bounce Barrage. It combines Grape Rush and Bumper, as I just described. Grape Rush, if you don't remember, he used it 2 or 3 times in the series. It's really not that imaginative of a move, where he just runs at you, throwing pop-off balls all the time. But it combines the two attributes. He creates a bumper, he jumps high in the air, and then he just starts throwing a barrage of pop-off balls everywhere. So, yeah, it's going to be a sticky shower. Maybe I should have gone with that. I don't know. No, that sounds creepy. But this is Mineta. Anyway, submit names in the comments. But anyway, next up is Binding Whip. It's an elaboration or longer version of what we saw him use during the provisional license exam. That little improvised weapon that he had. We don't really ever see him use it, so I thought, I'll make it better. Basically, it's like he kind of whips it around, and then when it wraps around, it binds you in place. Hence the name, Binding Whip. And, they fall over, now they're stuck to the ground, they ain't gone nowhere. Cops, take them away. He'd look so cool. But yeah, simple idea. Next we have Grape Hammer Shot. Inspired by the hammer throw of like Olympic Games and such. It's a weighted ball on the end of like a kind of a flexible handle that's like got a little I'll have a picture up there. Different than the shot put, which is just throwing a weighted ball. But anyway, so having like a vine accessory to replace the handle bit, and then it's just having a small like cluster, maybe 6 balls maximum, stuck together. He spins around with it and then releases it, and there you go. It might take someone by surprise and actually cause some damage, from the force hitting them in the head, and then also the fact that now it's stuck to their head. It's like, what is this? And if they actually do get hit hard enough, maybe they fall over and now their head's stuck to the ground. But so a bit more forceful move than what we will probably ever see from the kid. Next is Sticky Shot. Yes, really imaginable or imaginative names. Please submit names. I went with sticky a lot. But anyway, using a special non-stick slingshot, it'll be kind of look like a grapevine. It'll be effective, stealthy, lightweight, and it's easy to replace should he ever lose it or it get broken. Because basically think Usopp, but shooting sticky balls. You know, like he can hide like up on a rooftop if there's like villains fighting on the street with other heroes, and he's like restraining the villains so the heroes can maybe get a better grasp on the fight or something. So he doesn't have to be actively in a battle, but he can hinder people, or if he's by himself, he can, you know, get some range because like he's not a physical fighter. So attacking from a range is probably his best bet of surviving any drawn out single fight or solo fight. So I figured it goes with his theming. It makes useful effect of his powers as we know them, and yeah. Next and finally is the Sticky Boulder. Like I said, real imaginative names. Please help. The Sticky Boulder is kind of like the Grape hammer shot, except it's a bigger ball, cluster of the sticky balls. But now we have a giant rubber band, so it combines sticky shot and Grape hammer shot. I used shot twice. Double shot. But anyway, in this like giant rubber band, kind of like those you see in like the Wile E. Coyote cartoons with the Roadrunner, you know, like he's trying to, you know, shoot himself or slingshot himself towards the Roadrunner. Kind of like that, maybe not as big, but like you get the boulder of, you know, the cluster onto this slingshot or onto this giant rubber band. It attaches to just about any kind of thing because it would have, you know, like sticky ends to it, or pole arms maybe, I don't know, to stick it in the ground. And then with either the help of someone else, or he can do it by himself, and then he just shoots it at somebody. And because it's a much bigger projectile, it probably would cause some discomfort upon being hit, like I mentioned with the hammer shot. But depending on how big he makes it, I would say at least 3 to 4 feet. So it takes a little prep time than some of the other moves. But should he do it, like, okay, anybody ever watched the Simpsons movie? And when Homer was stuck on the wrecking ball, yeah, kind of picture that, except you're stuck to a sticky ball, now stuck to the ground, or wherever the impact sent you. Because, like, you're going to concave around it when you get hit. So now you're stuck to the surface of the thing, and you're not really going to be able to move. You might be able to roll around, but how effective is that going to be, really? So, yeah, it's going to be like a trap, in a way. But yeah, those are like my main ideas. I might have more later down the road, so volume 2 possibly, but it's all up to this up here whenever it decides to activate sometimes. But these are always fun. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you thought, any name suggestions or whatever, any ideas that you've ever had about power-ups for these characters, because they're always fun to hear. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at KeishanPrime, and I'll see you next time. Keishlings, roll out.